It's time for more predictions. What's up, guys? I'm back. Retals, RL, Space Station, back with another tier list. January 3rd, 2022 at 1 a.m. And all the roster moves are announced. You guys ready to see my top 10? Again, if you're a fan of one of these teams and I don't place them where you want them, please don't be mad at me. Just my thoughts. I'm always wrong. It's super hard to predict the top 10 teams when there's a bunch of talent in the scene. This is what I think is going to happen if in a perfect world. So let's get into it. We'll start with the bottom, and I've already done the tiers like in my head. So C tier will be our lowest tier. And I have the Oxygen Squad at 10th, adding Gimmick and replacing Krasix. That's from the team. They're very good. We've played them a few times. Seems to be a pretty clear upgrade over Krasix. Gimmick brings a lot of unpredictability to the squad. I don't think they'll crack top 8, but I think they definitely could, playing well. But I have a lot of respect for LJ, a lot of respect for Toasty, a lot of respect for Gimmick. All three solid players could definitely make something happen, but I have them at my number 9. Number 10, sorry. Number 9 and 8 is something I struggled with a lot because I feel like these two teams are so evenly matched that I can't really split them, and I'm having a really hard time doing it, and I'll just put them here. That's Xset and Ghost. I'm going to go with Xset at 8 and Ghost at 9. Two talented roster, both didn't make roster changes. They're just great. There was a little drama about maybe a potential Ghost change. Didn't happen. I like all the guys on that roster. I like all the guys on the Xset roster. They're all really talented. I don't really have too much to say about these rosters just because they didn't change at all. But I think Xset underperformed a little bit last split. I think they'll bring that up. I think Ghost overperformed a little bit last split. That'll probably go down maybe a spot or two. I think the highlight player for both teams are Shock and Percy. J-Pow at times can definitely be that player, but more so than not Percy. I think both these teams could take series or games off the top teams. They just don't have the consistency to break into that top 7. The B tier. And this might come to a surprise to some people. I have Envy at my 7. And these next 3 teams I'm going to list. Oh, I messed this up. Okay. That's better. Envy at my 7. Yeah, this team's kind of in a tier of its own because I'm super confused with how they're going to do. They lost Atomic, who was by far their best performer this split. And they picked up Drees, who had a good major, but he's not as proven as Atomic is. I like Drees a lot. He's got great comms. I've played with him. But I don't think he is what is what Envy needs. I hope it is. I like the roster a lot. I'm pretty close friends with Mist. I've always been. I think Mist needed a change. I don't know if this was the change he needed, but he definitely needed some more motivation. That dude does not play the game. Turbo, maybe this could spark something for him too. I'm hoping. I really am, because I don't want this team to fall to 7th. But in the current state of the game, that's where we're going to have to put them. Number 6. Who did I have? I had the version 1. And the next 3 teams that I'm going to put here, I think you could put in any order. I messed up the tiers again, guys. Alright. I had them right the first time. V1 is my 6. They just picked up Beast Mode, who is someone we were actually trying out. By the time this video is announced, all the rosters should be announced. We have Daniel. They have Beast. We tried out Beast. It was leaked everywhere. He was a good kid and a super good player. We actually played really well, but you know, when Daniel becomes available, you can't really say no to that. Beast Mode is probably one of the top 10 players in North America. He is disgusting. And adding him to a team with the Torment, one of the most solid third men in NA Rocket League, and Calm, someone who I actually have a lot of respect for as a player. Super unpredictable. I like the way he plays a lot. So I think this roster could honestly make the major. I'm really excited to see them play. Team 5. I might get a little hate for this. I probably will. I don't really mind if you put them 4 and us 5, or if you put us 6 and you put V1 5. I really don't mind however you put these tiers, because I think our 3 teams are really close, but I have Complexity at 5 and us at 4. Complexity didn't make a move. They've been home in South America all offseason. I like these. This is one of my favorite teams in RLCS. I love all those guys. I think we'll be better than them. I think it'll be really close. Super talented team. Again, if you put them over us, I wouldn't be upset. Us at 4. We picked up Daniel. Typical left for FaZe. But Daniel is someone I have a lot of respect for. It's someone that me and Arsenal are definitely going to have to build up. He is probably in the top 3 of the most naturally talented players in the game right now. His potential is off the charts. Funny kid, huge grinder, wants it, super hungry. Literally the perfect teammate. Me and Arsenal couldn't have asked for anyone better to replace Sip. So I have us at 4 and Complexity at 5. Complexity did a great land. They beat us in tiebreaker. They're a great team. So wouldn't be mad if I get some flack for that. And in the S tier, you can't argue any of these teams outside of the top 3. As like someone who considers us 4th, I can't argue us being in the top 3, like strictly on paper. We scrim FaZe, not the other 2. They just made G2 just made their change. Energy was taking a break. I have these 3 teams in a tier of their own. I think the 9 players on these teams are probably 9 of the top 13 players in NA. Like these are star-studded lineups. Squishy, someone who I've expressed my not hatred, but I've never thought he was that amazing. He proved me wrong. He was crazy this split. And obviously Sip going to FaZe didn't make me happy. Obviously Sip's one of my best friends, but I don't blame him. It's first killer. Then G2 picking up Atomic, replacing Drees. Crazy star power in the lineup. So at my number 3, and honestly, I have flipped these 3 teams in any order in the last like 2 hours in my head. I still don't even know how to rank them. However, I'm going to go with G2 at my 3. I'm going to go with Energy at my 2. And FaZe at my 1. Hear me out. Energy fans are probably like, why am I not at 1? G2 fans are probably, why am I at 3? And FaZe is like, oh, okay, I'm at 1st. Seriously, these 3 teams are so unrankable, it's not even funny. All 9 of these players are so incredibly talented. G2 picks up Atomic. This is honestly probably the most offensively potent Rocket League team in actual history. Like, this team is disgusting. NRG stayed the same, consistently the best team in NA for the last 25 years. And then FaZe picking up Sip, replacing Alu. I'm not going to lie, I question the move a little bit. I know they're really good friends, but I wish FaZe would have stuck with a more aggressive 3rd in Alu, because I think it helped them a lot. Scrimming against them, they're going to be disgusting. I mean, they beat us pretty bad twice, but the teams with the more traditional 3rd man like Sip and not Alu are a little easier to play against. Even though Sip is miles more talented than Alu, and that's not a shot at Alu at all, Sip's just disgusting. I think this team, they're going to have a crazy floor. They're like going to, on their worst days, still be top 4. But on their best days, I don't know if they're going to be able to match G2 on their best days. It's going to be, those matches are going to be crazy. I can't even like think about them right now. I'm so excited to see it. But I could talk about these 3 teams forever. I mean, I think G2 finally, Atomic and Chicago have been trying to team for actual months, probably years now. Typical. Me and Typical had the talk all the time, and it was like, if he left us, it was always going to be FaZe. FaZe was always going to be FaZe. First was the best player in the world. AJ's super talented. AXB, his old, like one of his favorite teammates, is the coach for that team. I don't blame him. I wish it didn't happen the way it happened, which I'll get into later, but I do not fault him for leaving at all. There's a lot of other teams. I actually had an honorable mentions put up that I will, let me see, are they all in here? And United. I had Torrent. I had the Vibrance guys. Oh, they are here. These are my honorable mentions. I think United, I think Savvy and Ajax is one of the best duos outside of the top 10. Those guys are gross. Torrent didn't make a roster change, but they were super consistent last split, and I think they'll keep that on. And Vibrance is actually one of my favorite teams to watch. All 3 of them are crazy on the ball, crazy mechanics, super fun to play against, unless they're just clipping on you like they did. We played them this split, and all 3 of them hit 3 crazy shots in one game and beat us. It was nuts. But these are, I guess, my top 13 teams. A lot of teams you sneak in there. You can put PK in there. You can put Shopify in there. You can put... I'm not going to lie. Past, like, 9, there's just 10 teams that could all be in here. So, if I didn't put your favorite team, I'm sorry. If I didn't put your team, I'm sorry. Nothing personal. Please don't beat me in RLCS this year. But these are my top 10 teams. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think most people will probably have pretty similar list. I think the big thing is probably Envy might be a little low just because they're not used to seeing Mist and Turbot on there, and maybe Complexity over us, which I would understand. But thank you guys for watching. Yeah, let me know you guys' predictions. This was the craziest offseason I think ever. And this is going to be the most entertaining split ever just because we're going to see these rosters go up against each other. I'm super excited to play. I'm super excited to watch it. I hope you guys are too, because I don't know how many of you guys realize how crazy some of these changes were. But it's going to be great. And we play on the 14th, so these matches are coming soon. We'll be scrimming against them. We'll be getting ready. And yeah, SSG fans, it's been a rough past few months, but we're going to turn around hopefully. Thank you guys for the support, always. YouTube fans, thank you guys for the support, always. Appreciate you guys more than you guys can know. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.